Have you ever paused in the middle of your day, looked around, and thought, how did I end up here? Is this really the life I envisioned for myself? It's a question that can hit hard, especially as we navigate the richer, more reflective years of our lives, those 50s, 60s, and beyond. Maybe you're gazing at an empty nest, or reflecting on a career that's winding down, or simply feeling the weight of unfulfilled dreams. I know that feeling. It's like standing at a crossroads where the past whispers regrets and the future seems uncertain. But here's a gentle truth that might catch you off guard. The key to unlocking real growth isn't in fighting where you are, it's in making peace with it first. Today, as your guide and fellow traveler on this path, I'm going to walk you through how to embrace your current season with kindness, discover the hidden gift within it, and then take those thoughtful, deliberate steps toward becoming even more of who you're meant to be. We'll explore this with stories from folks just like you, and I'll share insights drawn from years of observing what truly helps people thrive. So, settle in, grab a cup of tea or coffee, and let's embark on this journey together. By the end, I hope you'll feel a spark of hope and a plan for moving forward. Let's start with the foundation, accepting where you are right now. This isn't about resignation or settling for less. It's about acknowledging your reality with honesty and compassion, like greeting an old friend who's been through a lot. At our age, life has thrown us curveballs. Perhaps health challenges, relationship shifts, or financial surprises that weren't in the plan. Fighting against these can drain our energy, leaving us exhausted and stuck. Instead, acceptance frees us up, creating space for clarity and action. Think of it as clearing the clutter in your mind's attic, so you can see what's truly valuable. To illustrate, let me share the story of Susan, a 58-year-old schoolteacher from a quiet suburb in Ohio. Susan had dedicated over 3 decades to educating young minds, but as she approached retirement, she felt invisible and unappreciated. Her days blurred into a monotonous routine, lesson plans, grading papers, and the same drive home through familiar streets. Deep down, she harbored regrets about not pursuing her passion for writing earlier in life. One evening, after a particularly draining day, Susan sat at her kitchen table with a journal. She poured out her frustrations, the boredom, the sense of lost opportunities, the fear of an empty future. But then, in a moment of quiet reflection, she shifted her approach. She wrote, "This is where I am today, a dedicated teacher who's touched countless lives with a stable home and loving family. It's not perfect, but it's mine and it's okay to build from here." That act of acceptance wasn't magical overnight, but it was transformative. Susan began to see her experiences not as failures, but as rich soil for new growth. She analyzed her strengths, her patience, her storytelling ability, and realized they could translate into writing workshops for adults. By accepting her starting point, she stopped the internal battle and started channeling her energy productively. What if you tried something similar? Take a few minutes each day to name your realities without judgment. It might feel vulnerable at first, but it's like loosening a tight knot. Suddenly, things start to flow. Building on that acceptance, the next vital step is finding gratitude in the moment. Gratitude isn't just a buzzword. It's a powerful practice that rewires our brains to notice abundance rather than scarcity. In our middle years, it's easy to focus on what's missing, the energy of youth perhaps, or the excitement of new beginnings. But gratitude invites us to zoom in on the present's quiet treasures, fostering a sense of contentment that becomes the launch pad for growth. Research and personal stories show that regular gratitude can reduce stress, improve sleep, and even enhance relationships. Simple yet profound benefits for us as we age gracefully. Consider Michael, a 62-year-old retiree living in the bustling yet sometimes lonely streets of London. After a long career in finance, retirement hit him like a sudden storm. Without the structure of meetings and deadlines, his days felt aimless. He missed the camaraderie of the office and worried about fading into irrelevance. Mornings were the hardest. He'd wake up at a void where purpose used to be. Then, a friend suggested a simple gratitude journal. Skeptical at first, Michael gave it a try. Each evening, he noted 3 things: the warmth of sunlight filtering through his window during a morning walk in Hyde Park, a heartfelt phone call from his daughter, sharing stories of her day, and the comfort of sinking into his well-worn armchair with a good book. At first, it felt forced, but as weeks passed, Michael noticed a shift. He began to analyze his life more deeply, appreciating the freedom retirement offered, like time to volunteer at a local community center or explore hobbies he'd shelved, such as photography. Gratitude helped him see that his life wasn't empty, it was evolving. He even started a small group with other retirees to share gratitudes, turning solitude into connection. If Michael's story resonates, start small. Tonight, list 3 things you're thankful for, no matter how ordinary. Over time, this practice builds resilience, making it easier to embrace change. It's not about ignoring challenges. It's about balancing with the good that's already there, creating a fuller, more vibrant perspective. Now that we've laid the groundwork with acceptance and gratitude, let's move to the exciting part, growing from where you stand. Growth in our later years doesn't require grand gestures or reinventing everything overnight. It's about intentional, bite-sized actions that align with your values and spark joy. This step is where peace turns into progress, and it's empowering because it's entirely within your control. By breaking it down, we avoid overwhelm and build momentum through consistency, key for sustaining change as we age. Take Linda, a 55-year-old mother from sunny Sydney, Australia. For years, Linda had put her dreams on hold to raise her 3 children and support her husband's career. Now, with the kids grown and independent, she felt adrift, like a ship without a destination. Her days were filled with household chores and occasional lunches with friends, but a deeper longing stirred for creativity and self-expression she'd suppressed. Instead of diving into something overwhelming, Linda started small after a reflective walk on Bondi Beach. She signed up for a beginner's painting class at a local community center. Nervous at first, surrounded by a mix of ages, she dipped her brush into colors she'd only dreamed about. Week by week, she analyzed her progress. The first clumsy strokes gave way to confident blends, and the class became a sanctuary. But it wasn't just about art. Painting rekindled her sense of adventure. She began journaling about her sessions, which evolved into short stories inspired by her canvases. Linda's small step led to exhibiting her work at a local fair, reconnecting with old passions, and even mentoring younger artists. Her growth wasn't linear. There were days of doubt, but each action built on the last. What could your first step be? Perhaps enrolling in an online course on a topic that intrigues you, like history or cooking, or reaching out to a long-lost friend for a catch-up. Analyze your interests. What lights you up? Start with 10 to 15 minutes a day, and watch how it compounds. Remember, growth is personal. It's about enriching your life, not comparing to others. As we wrap up this conversation, I invite you to take a deep, quiet breath and let these ideas settle in. Where you are today, with all its complexities, joys, and challenges, is not a dead end. It's a fertile ground for new beginnings. You've heard from Susan, who found freedom and acceptance, Michael, who discovered abundance through gratitude, and Linda, who bloomed through small steps. Reflect for a moment. What's one aspect of your life you can accept more fully? What gratitude can you cultivate right now? And what's that tiny action that could spark your growth? These aren't just questions. They're invitations to a more peaceful, purposeful you. I'd truly love to hear from you in the comments. Share what resonated most, or perhaps a personal story of making peace and growing. Your insights could inspire someone else on their journey. If this has touched your heart or sparked a thought, please hit that like button. It means the world. Subscribe to stay connected for more conversations like this, and share this video with a friend or family member who might need this gentle nudge. Together, we're building a community of growth and grace. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, be kind to yourself and keep growing one peaceful step at a time.